What is going on? Welcome back to Trading Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. It is showing some signs of life today. I want to break it down on what's really prompting it, go over some of the data points and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday has cooled off quite a lot from its highs of $2.95, but it is still up 4.51%, a fair amount of volume, 15.5 million shares being traded, 8.9 is the average. So a lot of people are saying that this spike right here was the news that Faraday put out, and I kind of beg to differ, only because the news actually came out at midnight. So the pre-market didn't really do all that much. This, at the time of this spike, you did have right here the wholesale inventory numbers coming in better than anticipated. So as a whole, the broader market rallied because of that news, because it does insinuate a strong economy as well as more of a efficient one at that. So again, I kind of see this more so as the data point related, not necessarily the news. But with that said, let's get right to the news that came out again at midnight, as what Faraday usually likes to do. But Faraday Future announced its acceptance of 10% share donation of global IP commercialization company 𝗪𝗧𝗪 from YT. So pretty good stuff right here. It does show that YT transferred nearly 60% of his personal shares, which is around 10% of the, I guess, total float, to Faraday as a gift. So that's interesting. This one oddly doesn't actually bring up anything about the company itself. So this is the official news right here. And if we kind of move over to this one, so this is the Global Newswire, and a couple other articles have come out all about this, but it goes to show these points right here. So it says to give 10% of the company's total shares, which nearly 60% of his personal, 17% stake to Faraday. Following this transfer, Faraday will possess 10% of the stake in the company, or the overall shares, surpassing any other partner and reducing YT's personal stake to 7%. It also kind of further elaborates, so this is new information, not aware right here, but this did come out saying that to allocate 50% of all future earnings from 𝗪𝗧𝗪, including labor, IP related income, and equity gains to Faraday through investment or loans. The remaining 50% will be directed towards settling domestic debts in China. So of YT's 7% stake in this company, 50% of future, I guess, income or earnings is going to be directed to Faraday, and then the other half is going to be moved to paying off domestic debts in China. This article right here does further elaborate on what this company is all about. So right now they do have a lot of high expectations. It sounds like to be listed on the US stock exchange, or a US stock exchange. In reality, it doesn't really go much about it. It seems a lot of high expectations, but anyone can put anything on here. I tried to look at this company. It doesn't necessarily have, from what I can see, a functioning website or anything like that. So yeah, I think in reality, it comes down to trust. And when it comes to Faraday, I think they've really just burnt their bridge. If they would have done this maybe like 6 months ago when they were getting a lot of hype, this would have been that point to really propel stock like it to the moon. And I very rarely use the moon, but technically, when Faraday was running up to, I think, the high of like $3.90, pre-split, of course, this is where, if they were to have dropped this news, and plus even the last news that they did come out with, that they did buy some stock, even though it's kind of pennies in comparison to what they earn, still, if they were to put out both of those, then yeah, it could have easily surpassed $3.90, gone to 5, 10, who knows. So I think it just goes to show why this, why right now. It kind of just begs the question that Faraday is just grasping at straws. It's kind of similar to what I mentioned last video, but as of right now, shorts are increasing roughly around 10,000 shares. It does indicate 35.45% of the free float is being shorted. I don't really believe that is accurate in my opinion, but 4.35 million shares overall are being shorted, and then cost to borrow average is 36.66%. Looking at options, 236,000 in calls, 131,000 in puts. 57% of all the options being done were optimistic and bullish, and you can kind of tell as it started to skyrocket. A lot of calls were purchased, and so that's just shorts hedging just in case it was to go up. But luckily enough, I guess in their case, it kind of just pulled down. The hype diminished a little bit. But of the call options that are being purchased today, there's a consensus for it to be roughly around that $3 range. And then looking at puts, a consensus for it to be sub $2. So not the best, but as of today, no transactions on the secondary market. So all of this hype right here, all of this volume, there's no large entities buying this. So like I said, I think a lot of people really like this news, but it can be just kind of categorized as fluff, which is unfortunate. I really do want Faraday to kind of prove me wrong. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I don't want people to lose money at all. And I get it. I sometimes come off as bearish. I'm just here to kind of educate people, and so far the reasons why I have been bearish is the same reasons why this news is being categorized as fluff, is because people don't trust Faraday right now, right? So yeah, this is a quick summary of exactly what is really moving Faraday, why it's going up, down, sideways. This news, though, I must admit, it is reaching a lot of people. Even I saw articles about like the Manila Journal, some random small ass place, is covering this news. Like, everyone and their dog seems to be really kind of impressed and focused by this, but clearly not enough for it to go up. But in my opinion, this might be the one and true spike that actually did happen that wasn't due to dilution, because as I've stated, every time Faraday goes up, especially without any like substantial concrete news, it is can be categorized as unfortunately dilution. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, but so far in that regard, it's been the writing has been on the wall, right? So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Even though Faraday does what it wants, take advantage of this promo. It does give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you guys watching.